I spent £3,000 applying to so many different film funding competitions, and this is what happened. Hello everyone, Jordan Bunton-Williams here, founder of 100 Day Film Financing, and in this video I'm going to share with you my experience of applying to hundreds of different film funding competitions and wasting over £3,000, so you don't have to go through that same heartache that I went through of wasting so much money. Okay, so starting from roughly 2017, I started applying to so many different film funding competitions in the hopes that they would fund my film. And I was paying roughly £30 to £50 for each competition that I applied to. And you know, roughly £30 to £50 doesn't sound like a lot of money, but when you start applying to, 100 plus competitions, the money really starts to add up. And then on top of all of the money that I was spending applying to all of these funding competitions, which ended up costing me more than £3,000, I also wasted so much time going through their application process and filling out so many application forms. So then, out of frustration, I went to do my research to find out how many people were actually applying to these competitions to figure out if I actually had a good chance of actually winning them. And then I found out that over 5,000 people would apply for one competition. The chances of winning these things are so slim that you might as well play the lottery, right? So then I found myself 8 months down the line. I had wasted £3,000 applying to all of these funding competitions, and I was still no closer to my goal. I had wasted 8 months of my time. I had no film. I definitely had no funding. In fact, I had wasted £3,000, and that was it, gone. I had nothing to show for it. All I was left with was a script, and I still had no idea on how I was actually going to get this made into an actual film, right? From that point on, I was done with applying to funding competitions. They don't work. Applying to film funding competitions is the fastest way to losing all the money that you had to begin with. Okay, so I stay well clear of them now. I know better. I mean, really, let's think about it. If you were to apply for a film funding competition today, right now, how long will they leave it before they actually get back to you with a response on whether you've actually won or not, right? Because I know when I was applying, I had to wait at least about 4 months before I get a response. And then I'll just receive that inevitable email which says, unfortunately, your application, blah, 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 right? And it's funny because as soon as I see the word unfortunately in the email, I already know that I don't even need to read the rest of the email. And it's just, it's heart-wrenching. So eventually I went to Kickstarter, and Kickstarter is a crowdfunding platform. And I went to Kickstarter to fund my film myself. But I didn't just blindly click launch on a campaign and then just expect loads of people to just start throwing money at me, because that's obviously not how it works, right? So instead, I took some time out to figure out what all of the other successful people were doing, so I could just rip that so I could do it for myself. And so the only reason why I was able to be successful within such a short period of time, less than 100 days, was because I was following and using the exact same pre-launch formula or system. And then I used that for myself, because then I didn't have to go through any trial and error period. I knew it was definitely going to work because that was the proven system that all of the other successful people were using, right? I didn't try to reinvent the wheel. I stuck to what had already been proven to work. So then even before I launched the campaign, I already knew it was going to be successful because I was using the exact same system that the successful people were using. And so this skill set will now go with me for the rest of my life. For the rest of my life now, I will always be able to raise money for my own films whenever I want without having to wait on these funding competitions, right? So there is a reason why I've been able to help raise over £200,000 in film funding for my projects and other people's projects. And that is because when I find what works, I stick to it. Okay, I don't deviate from it at all. As soon as I know that it definitely works, I just stick to it and use that. And this is all because I've already spent the 2 years going out with my laser eye, just watching and just seeing what everyone else is doing, so I could figure out quickly what works and what doesn't. So if you also want to implement the exact same system for your films going forward, then when you enroll in the 100-day film financing program, then all you'll have to do is just copy what you see me do on your computer screen, and that's it. It's that simple, right? The whole process has been laid out for you from beginning to end. All of the resources and templates that you'll need to be successful with this is all laid out for you inside of the members area of the 100-day film financing program. It's literally just plug and play. So if you have already seen one of my adverts on the internet or on social media or whatever, then you should be on a page right now where if you just click the button below, then you'll be able to get instant access to that program. And if you are completely new to this family, then I also have a completely free 1-hour masterclass where I go over this system in a lot more depth so you can be successful when using this strategy. So to get access to that free masterclass, just go to 100dayfilmfinancing.com. That is 100dayfilmfinancing.com. The link will be down below. And I hope this video gave you some value, and I hope this story is amusing for you to listen to as well. But it's genuinely true. That was my story, and that's how I got into this whole film financing thing. So once again, hope you got value from this, and I will see you next time.